Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Manny, and in this video I'm going to give you some ideas and some concepts on how to start a business in 2021 with no money whatsoever. This video is also for you, the average Joe. Those of you that want to have a business, have no money, have no means, have obstacles due to circumstances, location, this video is for you. I hope that at the end of the video that you'll be able to take some ideas and some concepts, apply. It will gladden my heart if you can start your own business, even though I know you don't have any money, with some of the ideas and some of the concepts that I'm going to be introducing to you in this video. Before we start the video, there is a disclaimer. So the contents in this video is strictly for information and strategic purposes only. Anyone who wishes to apply the ideas and concepts in this video takes full responsibility for their actions. Viewers should always do their own research and due diligence on any information contained in this video to form their own opinions and best judgments. The author, moi, accepts no liability for any content in this video or responsibility for any direct, indirect, implied, punitive, incidental, or other consequential damages arising directly or indirectly from the information contained in this video. Really important. These ideas that I'm going to be introducing in this video is for you to take, for you to decide if it's something that you can use and that you can try. I tell you that there is a quote or a saying that has been part of my whole life, and it goes like this: I am motivated by opportunity, so I create opportunity to stay motivated. I love opportunities. I love identifying opportunities. I love taking opportunities. I will tell you that I've taken many opportunities that I've identified. I tried it, did not work, tried it again, but I always make sure that whatever I try, I have no risk. So no risk of money, no risk of harm, no risk of injury. The only risk is my time. That's all. But I am, you could say, addicted to opportunities. If you are not an observer, or if you do not have your antenna up for opportunities, start implying it today. Get motivated by opportunities, and if you do not find any opportunities, create the opportunities. I will tell you that my first startup business, I was 12 years of age, and I wanted to start a business or start a service to help my parents. We come from a family of 6. My father was working. My mother was stay at home looking after my younger brothers and sisters, and I needed to help my father. So I started a little service called Manny's Maintenance Services. And what I did is I started going around knocking on doors around my neighborhood. And I was offering service like, cleaning cars outside, because I didn't have a vacuum cleaner. But if the client had a vacuum cleaner, then I could also do inside. And I was charging something like $5 to clean the outside of the car. Now, I will tell you that going around the neighborhood, knocking on doors and offering to clean and wash people's cars, just about every door that I knocked in accepted that service. But I never brought any equipment. I did it for $5 so that I could actually use their equipment, their detergents, their sponges, their bucket, their water. So I was only coming to provide the service. Most households already have these items. I also was offering to clean the yard, clean the front of the yard, pull the weeds, pick up any dead leaves, cut some, dead branches, and also cleaning around the house, cleaning for cobwebs, sweeping around the house, raking any leaves, and business started booming to the point that I did it for about 4 to 5 years while I was still studying. So this is after school or on the weekends. And all the money that I was making, I was actually giving it to my parents to support the household. But the point is that I started this business and I started making money from this business from day one. And it did not cost me $1 single for me to start this business. All it cost me was my time and my motivation and my goal. The goal was to support my family. The motivation was that I needed to succeed. I needed to help my father and help my mother. So that was my very first business that I started with $0. Is this something that you can do? Of course you can do it. You definitely can do it. So where is the opportunity? So a lot of times people will start a business. They will, either invest a lot of money or they invest a lot of time, but they haven't identified the opportunity. And I will tell you this, is that your location also impacts upon the opportunities. It doesn't mean that a certain location has less opportunities. It just has different opportunities. How do you identify opportunities? Look around. See who is doing well. See what is missing. Ask around. Hey, what else do you think that could be provided in this area that is missing? People will tell you. It could very well be that outside the shopping center, somebody wants you to help carry their bags home or their shopping home. It could be something as small as that. It can be that somebody is looking for directions. Look around, ask around, do some research. Go online, do some research. Look around, do some research. Ask around, do some research. But you have to also pay attention. When you go to the market, pay attention. What is not provided here? Maybe there's lots of food, but there is no coffee. But when do I provide coffee? You provide coffee when it's cold weather. You provide cool drinks when it's warm weather. Just makes sense. If lots of people are walking around, some people want to sit down to eat, other people just want to grab something and eat on the go. Pay attention. Pay attention to what is missing. Pay attention to what you can provide. So where is the opportunity? Next time you go out to the mall, to the markets, to visit friends on the road, regardless of where you go, start looking around, start doing some research, start asking around, and start paying attention. Very, very quickly, you'll be able to identify where is the opportunity for me to start my business. But then you have to go, okay, what business is most in need? What are people willing to spend money on? If you come to me and you've got a trinket, something for around my wrist, look around. I don't have nothing around my wrist, so why would I want to buy your product? How many people are walking around with bands in their wrist? Less and less. So why do I want to sell that? How many people want to buy hats if you're trying to sell hats? Look around. If most people are not wearing hats, but they're wearing sunglasses, then start selling sunglasses. Have a look at your competitor. Which brands is selling the most? Ask them. Hey, what brand is selling the most? Which sunglasses is selling the most? A lot of times people will tell you stuff because they don't think you as a threat. What are people willing to spend money on? These are some of the ideas. People will always spend money on food. Certain times of the day, restaurants are packed. But again, if you haven't done your research and you just open up any restaurant, but the location that you open up the restaurant, people do not like the food that you're serving, or they do not have a certain taste bud that meets the food that you're cooking, you will not succeed. People will also spend money on clothing. These days, clothing, people are swapping it, they are changing it pretty much on a monthly basis. Whatever, fashion is going so fast and people need to keep up with the times. Landfills around the world is filling up with tons of second-hand clothing. People will also spend money on entertainment. So entertainment could be movies, it could be online. Online is going crazy. There are so many service providers that will provide you, anything from movies to short clips to tutorials to educational entertainment. Huge industry. But if you go somewhere like Europe, entertainment on busy squares is also decent income. But I think out of all of those, people are spending more money on experiences. These days, people want to have an experience. So experience could be, parachuting, could be rock climbing, could be rafting, could be, hiking, could be, mountain biking. People are paying good money for experiences. Travel is another big one. These days, flights are cheap and people are going from one location to the other. We have very much become a gypsy type of planet. We are traveling everywhere. So travel is a very good business. Not only travel getting there, but also receiving tourists when they come to your area. Provide them with tours. Could be city tours, could be rural tours, could be forest tours. Expand your opportunities. And of course, education. More and more people want to get a degree. More and more people want to get a qualification. More and more people know that without a degree and without a qualification, opportunities are less. So people are willing to spend money on food, clothing, entertainment, experiences, travel, education, and other areas. This list is not the end of it. But the point is that you need to identify in the area that you're in, the location that you're in, the clients that are there, or the clients that you can potentially reach, what are they willing to spend money on? And if you notice, I put now money. So now money meaning that they don't have to think about it. They don't have to go, oh, I need to, invest. I need to, save for 2 or 3 months for it. No. The type of business that we want to start is now money. On the spot, they'll make a decision, apart from, of course, travel and education. They have to do their research. But if you can get now money right now, actually, even in travel, if you say, usually $500, today only $250, that's now money. In education, if you say, usually $1,500, today only 1,100. That's now money. Identify what are the businesses that you can start that is most in need and people are willing to spend now money today. So why do you want to start a business? Have you asked this question? Why do you want to start a business? Is it because you simply want to earn a living? You want to start a business so you can earn some income to be able to provide for your family, to be able to provide for education, to be able to pay the rent, buy food, everyday necessities. Or you want to start a business because you want some acknowledgement, right? You want a pat in the back. Well done. Good job. You want people to respect you. That's okay. For some, the reason they want to start a business is because it's in the blood. My father did it. My grandfather did it. Either they succeeded or failed, it doesn't matter. It is something that has been happening down the generations and you want to give it a shot. You want to, you want to improve. You want to do better. It's in your blood to do it. For some people, it's extra income. I always believe in extra income. Always, always, always believe in extra income. If you're working for somebody, and even if you have a business, have a look at what other extra income, also called passive income, can you generate. And I have an analogy that I use for the extra or the passive income. It goes like this. You have an orchard and you grow oranges, and only oranges. For years, you provide the best oranges. Your clients buy it from you. The oranges get sold out. You have been earning fantastic income from your orange orchard. But for one season, the weather changed. And now your oranges are not growing. You still have commitments. You still have loans to pay with the bank. You still have wages. You still have daily expenses. Where are you going to get the money from? Hopefully you have some savings and you can draw from those savings. But how about if you have an orange orchard and underneath the trees you plant potatoes, cassava, anything that grows underground. So even when there is a blizzard or there's a change of weather and the orange orchard is not producing and you're not getting any income from it, you still have extra income or passive income from what you grow underground, which is not affected by the change of weather. Makes sense, right? Always have extra income, always create a passive income stream. So some people just want to start a business for the extra income. For some, if not for many, they simply want to be rich. They want the Lamborghini, they want the Mercedes, they want the apartment by the ocean, they want the yacht, they want to be rubbing shoulders with people of influence. Nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with all the other options as well. And if I missed out on any options, forgive me. But those are the ones that I could think of. You have to ask yourself, why do I want to start this business? So what we're doing is we're setting up a little bit of a map, of a plan of how you're going to reach your destination and what is your foundation. To start a business, you will also need, or you do need, vision. So vision is the end goal. What is my vision? What do I want to achieve? And trust me when I tell you this, is when you reach that destination, you will want another destination. So what is my vision? Is my vision opening up a retail shop? Is my vision opening up a restaurant? Is my vision building up, in going to real estate and building huge apartments? Is my vision simply to provide and make sure that my family never goes without? Or is my vision, as mentioned before, I want to increase my reputation. I want people to respect me. That's all good. From vision, you also need motivation. If you do not have motivation, you have failed even before you started. You must have motivation. Motivation will keep you going even when you are on your knees. Even when you are dragging through the mud, your motivation is so strong that you keep going no matter what. You also must do research, as mentioned before. Research, research, research. Do you do research only in the beginning of your business or your service? No, you are constantly researching. Your competitors' methods will change. Products will change. Service requirements will change. People that are buying your service or spending money on your service, they will change. You are always researching to stay with or ahead of the game. Then the method. What is your method of getting and reaching your vision? What is the method? How are you going to do it? How will you do it? And of course, you also need peripheral vision. You must have peripheral vision. Peripheral vision is, as I said before, is when you are looking, you are asking. Your mind is not on a tunnel vision, your mind is on peripheral vision, because you want to be able to see and identify every opportunity presented. You might have a certain goal in mind, but what happens is that as you're going towards that goal, something else provides the opportunity for passive income or extra income. But you will not be able to identify it if you do not have peripheral vision. And you also need to start a business, you also need thick skin. Thick skin refers to, not to take things to heart. When somebody says something negative towards you, don't take it to heart. When somebody tries to put you down, don't take it to heart. Create a thick skin. Because if you do take things to heart, you weigh yourself down. As you weigh yourself down, you will never be able to walk forward to reach your vision. Create a thick skin. In continuation to creating a thick skin you must learn to also block out the noise. So blocking out the noise is when, people are saying to you, business will never work, you've tried it before, other people have tried it, you don't have the skills, you don't have the temperament, blah, blah, blah. Negativity, negativity, negativity from every direction. You have to have a thick skin, but also you have to block out the noise. Because as soon as you start paying attention to the noise, guess what happens? You begin to doubt. Once you begin to doubt, you begin to fail. And once you fail, what happens is you begin to blame others. You begin to blame situations. You begin to blame everything else as to why you have failed. Learn to block out the noise. Learn to turn lemons to lemonade. You've heard the analogy, turn lemons to lemonade. But what is not said is sell the lemonade afterwards. Make money from it. Because there's only so much lemonade that you can drink. Every time somebody says something negative, Either block out the noise, turn it into a positive outcome. Every negativity, make it into positivity. You find that if you block out the noise and you turn your lemons to lemonade, you will carry less and you will reach your goal so much easier. Also, I will mention that a lot of people who put you down, say negative things, they will always come around. They will always begin to, what we say, suck up to you once you begin to succeed. Isn't it so? Once you begin to succeed, they all want to be your friend. They all want to know you. But while you are working in that hard road of success, they are standing on the side of the road throwing rocks at you. But then they want the invitation to your party of success, don't they? Those people, always remember. And how you remember? You take their name, you take their contact details, and you sell your product to them later on. Get some money from them. The other thing that you must have is a support network. Identify who can provide you with support network. And if there's no one in your circle that can provide you with support network, then have a look at third parties. So third parties could be somebody from a religious institution. It could be from coaches. It can be from former lecturers. But it is so important for you to have a support network in place, because you will fail. We all fail. The reason that we fail is every time we fail, we learn from it. You know, when you fail, you don't wallow in misery and say, oh, why me? You know, it's not going to work. No, every time you fail, you go, thanks for showing me a better way. Thanks for showing me what I did wrong. And you also need somebody to motivate you. You need somebody to, you know, open your mouth and pour some Red Bull or some Monster energy drink into you and say, keep going, don't stop. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling worthless, when you don't think it's going to happen, when you don't think it's going to work, you need someone to be there to motivate you, to kickstart your motor so you can continue. And of course, you need somebody who believes in you. There is nothing worse than you trying and people do not believe in you, especially people that you love and care about. There is nothing worse. Your journey becomes so heavy unnecessarily. So remember, to succeed, you also need support network. For when you fail, for when you need motivation, and when you want so badly for somebody to believe in you. Then you have to ask yourself, what business do I want? What business do you want? What business do you want to have? And what are you good at? Because if there's a business that you want, but you're no good at it, how is it going to work? Have you thought about it? Get a piece of paper, write it down. What business do I want on one side? On the other side, write, what am I good at? See where it matches. You'd be surprised. Take 5-10 minutes on one section, what business do I want? On the other section, what am I good at? See where the matching is. Does it match? To what is the opportunity and what is the need? Once you find that you have matches, what is the opportunity and what is the need? If you can match the business that you want to what you're good at, and you marry that to opportunity and need, success is inevitable. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine who was a fantastic self-defense instructor, he decided that he moved into this new area, and he decided he was going to open up a self-defense and fitness center. He rented a factory unit, spent about 60,000 Australian dollars setting it up. Beautiful mats, beautiful bags, gloves, headgear, reception area, coffee, tea, cool drink stand. It was really impressive. He kept going for a year and a half, then he ended up closing down, bankrupt. The reason that he went bankrupt is because, one, the location that he moved to, no one knew him. Two, he did not have any students at this location. No clientele. There was opportunity? Yes. Was there a need? Yes, maybe no. Did he do research? No, he didn't. He believed in his product so much that he thought that if he opened up a beautiful center, people would come. And I remember saying to him, it looks fantastic. Who knows that you're opening up? He said, we put a sign on the side of the road. That's not enough. There is a saying when you're in business. You cannot sell a secret. No one will buy a secret. You have to tell everyone. When? Not when you open. 1 or 2 months before you open. So the friend of mine went bankrupt because new location, nobody knew, spent $60,000 from his pocket, could never recover. What could he have done? He could have first go into a community center which has thousands of people that come in on a daily basis, rented out a space to deliver his self-defense and fitness, grow his clientele one by one, grow his clientele, and when the clientele is high enough that warrants him to actually open up his own center, then do it. Because you should never open up, or he should never have opened up his center with money from his pocket. He should have opened up the center with money from the student's pocket. You follow me? What business do I want, and what am I good at? Does it match the opportunity? Does it match the need? But now we have included, you can't sell a secret. You must tell people. You must let them know to what's coming. Create the buzz. But what about this? What about if you're not good at the skills required for you to start your own business? What do you do? If you do not have the skills required to start your own business, what do you do? And some people will say to me, how can I get it? And I go, hey, get educated. They go, where? Geez, how about YouTube? How about, you got short online courses. You also got free courses. If you cannot do this, go and get some experience. Volunteer. Volunteer to go and get some experience. I remember when I first went, I was looking for work when I was about 19, and there was an application for a salesman to sell carpet. I went in, there is tons of other people waiting to also get interviewed for the job. As I'm sitting there, I notice outside the door that I had to go through, there's all these plaques saying Salesman of the Month, Salesman of the Month, Salesman of the Month. So when it was my turn to go in there, I sat across from the HR person and he asked me this question. He said, I'm going to ask you exactly the same question I ask everybody else. Why should I employ you? And I simply said to him, you see those plaques outside your door that says Salesman of the Month? I will be on those plaques every month. And I believed it. And I knew that I could do it. I was motivated. But I also said, but don't take my word for it. I will give you 1 week free of my time so that I can prove to you that what I am saying to you, I will accomplish. Put me into any location and I will sell more than anybody else in that store, providing that you show me what to do. Guess what happened? That same afternoon, I got a phone call. You have the job. I got the job not because I went in there and I said, oh yes, I've got experience in this, I've got experience in that, here's my qualification, you know, blah, blah, blah. All of those things are important, but sometimes for some people, they want to see that you are driven. They want to see that you have a goal and you are committed to achieving that goal. And of course, you have to look around, pay attention, and use what's around you to your advantage. But you also have to decide, do you want to provide a service or start a business that is person to person? That means that, do you want to open up a shop where you are dealing with customers? Do you want to open up a restaurant? Do you want to start a little marketing business that requires you actually dealing person to person? Or do you want to provide a service on the side of the road? Do you want to provide a service that you are dealing with tourists? You have to decide. And those options there are not the end of all options that you can find. How do you find them? Again, I'm repeating to you. Look around, ask around, do research, and pay attention. Or maybe you want to start an online service. You can drop shipping, you can have your own online store, you can have your online marketing service, and many, many, many others. But the key is, have you decided, based on what you want and based on what you have got experience on, are confident in, what business do you want to start? You see how we're beginning to establish the foundation? You need to decide what business you want to do, person to person or online. You can have a blend. Some people say, hey, we're going to provide person to person and also online services. Brilliant. Do them both. Lastly, before we get into some examples, is my recommendation is for you to start, or when you start any business, you always do a SWOT analysis. So you create 4 sections, and SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So before you start any business, do a SWOT analysis. What is the strengths of the business that you want to start? What are the weaknesses? Where are the opportunities? And what are the threats? So threats could be from competition. Threats can be because of lack of experience. Threats could be lack of buying power. Threats could be, lack of, reaching your clientele. Please do a SWOT analysis and identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Again, put them down, spend 5 or 10 minutes, go through it, because it gives you a clear roadmap of areas that you can identify in your business that actually needs to be worked on. The other thing is, don't fall in love with your idea. So I'm not saying this in a bad sense. What I mean is, I've seen so many people fall in love with an idea to the point that it actually destroyed them. They would not let go. They would not break the relationship. Everyone who has an idea, who turns that idea into a business, loves it. They are passionate about it. Brilliant. You should be. But you should also realize when the idea is not working to the clientele that you are servicing for, and if you've exhausted every avenue and your business does not have momentum, does not have the clientele, if your idea is not getting the love back, it is time to break the relationship, because it will destroy you. I don't want to see that happen. Don't fall in love with your idea to the point that it destroys you. Before we continue, if you are liking what I'm saying, if you are liking some of the ideas and some of the things that options that I'm giving you, please subscribe, press the thumbs up, leave a comment. I would like to, get your feedback, and also share it. If you think that this video would benefit other people who also want to start their business but are in the same situation where they don't really have the money, they can't afford it, but they want to do something, share it with them. Hopefully, by you sharing the video, you also could change their life for a better tomorrow. So I'll thank you in advance for sharing the video. How do you start? So many people go, okay, Manny, you've given us all of this information, all good information. How do I start? Let me give you another example. About 10 months ago, I had this lady that rang me, and she said, Manny, I want to start my business. I want to start a clothes shop, clothes boutique. How do I do this? So I asked, I said, to start your clothes boutique, you mean like in the market? She goes, yes, in the market. I want to open up my clothes boutique or my clothes stand. I said, how much money will you need for registration, for stock, for wages, for insurances? How much money do you need? And she said, it'll cost me probably about $5,000 US. I said, okay. Do you have $5,000 US? She says, no. How long is it going to take for you to save $5,000 US? And she said, it will take me anything from 2 to 3 years, depending on work and depending on what happens with the economy. I said, okay. So you're telling me that you cannot start your clothes business for at least 2 to maybe 3 years until you save this money, right? She says, absolutely. I cannot borrow money from the bank. I do not want to ask my parents for money because they need that money for retirement. I said, okay. So how about, and this is what I was saying to her, I said, how about if I tell you that you can start your business today, right now? She was surprised. How can I start my business today? I don't have any money, sir. I just finished telling you. I said, I heard you. But what I heard is also you putting up all the obstacles and limitations as to why you cannot start today. So let me ask you this question. Do you know where you can go and buy, so let's say a dress, wholesale? Yes, I do. From a factory? Yes, sir. How much would it cost to buy a dress that is popular, or a dress cut, or a dress that everybody's buying? And she said it would cost $5. Okay. Do you also have social platforms that you can sell things from? Community platforms? Yes, we do. Brilliant. So what is stopping you from going and buying one dress? Oh, actually, $5. Do you have $5? She said, yes. I said, so if you're going to take $5 from your pocket, make sure the business pays you back. Correct? Yes. But let's not take $5 from your pocket. How about you go to your neighbor in the left and your neighbor in the right, and you ask to clean their car and make you $5 that way. So nothing came out of your pocket. You take that $5, you go and buy a dress that you know is selling. How much could you sell that dress for in social media? And she said, I could sell it for $15. Okay. So you bought a dress for $5 and you sold it within 3 or 4 days for $15. So you've made $10 profit, correct? Correct, sir. You take that money, and you go and buy 3 more dresses now. Because you got $15, you go and buy 3 more dresses, correct? Correct. You sell those 3, now you can go and buy 6, correct? Correct. You sell those 6, now you can go and buy 12. You see my point? My point is, she started with 1. She started with no money because she went and cleaned cars. Now, cleaning cars is one way. You can do many different ways. If you don't want to, do it that way, take $5 from your pocket, pay for the first dress, sell it, take $5, put it back in your pocket. You still got $10. You can still buy 2 dresses. She's got a business now. She's got her own stall in the market, but she started with what? 1 dress. How long did it take her to start that business in the market? 6 months. Because she started with 1 dress. Many people have this vision. They put limitations already. Don't. 1. Start with 1. Example number 2. I had a friend of mine who loved selling, but he had no job, no work, but he loved dealing with people. He was very good. And talk about selling. A lot of people can sell, but they cannot close the deal. So you must also learn the art of closing the deal. So that means that everyone that comes before you, if you do not sell your product while they're inquiring about your product and they've walked away and bought it from somebody else, exactly the same product that you have, you've got some work to do. Anyway, wanted some work. Contacted me and said, Manny, can't get any work. I've tried and I've tried. Economy's bad. Reasons. No worries. So I said, look, what do you want to do? He goes, I love marketing. I love promotions. But I don't have money to go and get a degree or get an education. But I'm really, really good at talking with people. Okay, let's start with this. Go to an area that there are lots of shops or lots of restaurants. Pick an area. And let's say a restaurant area. So lots of restaurants. Pay attention. Sit there, have a look around at which ones are busy, which ones are not busy, and approach the ones that are not busy. And make them a proposal. Say to them, look, if I can promote your services, if I can promote your food and bring people in to eat from your restaurant, what commission would you give me? Usually it's 10% of the total. Can you do that? Yes, I can. What's it going to cost you? Just my time. What are you doing with your time right now? Nothing. All right. Tick, tick, tick. Go and have a look. Anyway, a couple of days later, he rings me back and he says to me that he has got some deals with 4 restaurants in a particular area different types of food, and he's bringing people. And he's bringing an average of about 20 to 30 customers per day. And the more he's doing, the better skills he's acquiring and the better technique he's having in getting people to go and eat at these restaurants. And he's beginning to earn some decent income. So then my question was, so what's your vision? He says, my vision from this is to get really good and then start a business where I can employ 3 or 4 other people to do exactly the same thing, that we actually lure customers to restaurants and then into retail shops and to other services that are struggling and require more customers. Again, the point is, how much money did he need to start this business? 0. No money. His time that he had lots to spare, but he had the skill set, you see. He had the skills already. He loved talking to people and he could close the deal. But even if he could not close the deal, the more you do it, the better you become, right? You cannot learn to swim on sand. You have to get in the water. Do it. Don't be afraid. Oh. So what is your first step? You have to think about this. You have to think, what is your first step? What do you want to do? And how are you going to take that first step? I've given you some options already. What is your first step? When you finish watching this video, with all the information I've given you about the vision, the SWOT analysis, all of those things, once you've gone through those, again, have a think. What is my first step? The other thing that I will tell you this is that your vision is the top of the mountain. It's okay to gaze at your vision every now and then, but pay close attention to your steps. So many people that I've met in my journey have been just gazing to the top of the mountain, and guess what happens? The top of the mountain is too far away. They never make the commitment. And because they never make a commitment, they never start. And because they don't start, what do? They blame everything else around them. Gaze to the top of the mountain, gaze at your vision, but pay attention to your first step. If you do not watch your first step, injury will occur. You know what the injury is? Failure. Disappointment. Remember, I need you to focus on these things. You focus on your targets. How much do you want to sell this week? How much do you want to achieve this week? You also focus on your quality. Is my quality better or worse than my competitor? Can I improve on my quality? Can I increase my targets? You also must keep your word. People need to know that you are reliable. If you say you're going to meet somebody at a particular time, meet them at that time. If you say you're going to send, services or provide services to them at a particular day, particular time, make sure that you do it. Are you affordable? Is your service or your products affordable? How do you measure that? Check your competitors. Check the competitors that are succeeding. Check the ones that are not succeeding. Why are they not succeeding? Why are they succeeding? And you must also be diverse. I call it moving with the wind. Moving with the wind meaning that you have a certain service or a certain business, but then life happens. Economy, babumba. big competitor moves into your area. Somebody with more money provides better products, better quality, reduced prices. You have to move with the wind. I'll give you an example of moving with the wind. 2020, virus came into the world. My business, so I have 2 colleges that provides education. And I also have another service that provides recognition of prior learning. Affected, of course. So enrollment numbers dropped. That's okay. What do? Maintaining the concept of moving with the wind. I ask myself, what are people willing to spend their money on right now? And they were willing to spend their money on reducing their fear. The fear was virus, being contaminated. So I went and bought the necessary equipment to start a germ disinfection services. And we provided services in disinfecting people's homes, people's offices, people's cars, right? Because the winds have changed. Now people were willing to spend their money more on reducing their fears. The winds will always change. And you have to be prepared to move with the wind as necessary. Can you provide a similar service? Yes. Go and approach people in your area. Go to business areas. Buy, get some disinfectant products that are hospital grade or that meet the requirements. Mask, gloves, cloths. Provide the service. I will disinfect your car for you, sir, for this amount. As your car is parked, I will disinfect it. As you go to have a cup of coffee, I'll disinfect your car. Do you think people will accept that? Probably, because people are still fearful of contracting the virus. No risk, no opportunity. The other thing is sometimes people have this assumption that to start a business is easy because they see you and they go, wow, you can do it, I can do it. Yes, you can do it, but don't ever think that it's easy. It is never, ever easy. You will fall. It's what you do when you fall that really makes a difference. Do you fall and sit there crying? Do you fall and raise your hand up asking for somebody to pull you up? Will you ask yourself, why did I fall? Stand up and make sure you never fall again the same way. You'd be surprised at how many people fall again and again and again and again to exactly the same reasons. You will doubt. You will definitely doubt if what you're doing is going to achieve the rewards, that you will be able to reach your goals. You will doubt. It's just part of the journey. Sometimes what I do is when I doubt, I put some music on, put my running shoes on, I go for a big jog, get it out of my system, come back, I'm invigorated again. My mind is no longer foggy. It is sharp as a laser beam now. And I go again. Find your own way of overriding your doubts. Find your own way on picking yourself up for when you fall. Find your own reasons. Some people put their goal in front of, the first thing that they see when they get up. That's my goal. Do that. Some put it outside their fridge door. Whatever. Whatever you need to do. Oh, I've also heard of some people putting behind their toilet door, because you do go to the toilet a couple of times a day. So every time you go there, it reminds you again. Whatever you need to do it. But in the end, my friends, you will either succeed, fail, or learn the lesson to do it better next time. In the end, you will either succeed, fail, or learn the lesson to do it better next time. So remember, life is never easy. Starting a business is also never easy. If it was, everyone would be doing it, right? Only the strong-willed, only the thick-skinned, only the driven, and only the goal and mission orientated make it to the top of the mountain. Don't give up. Never give up. Always, 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 always find a way, and you will succeed. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you like this video, click on the subscription button below, press the like button, and leave a comment. I wish you all the very best. Good luck. Until next time.